All right, so here we are in our big week of week 6 that I've been talking about for a while, and you all know about. And I know people have different feelings about what week 6 is. There's some nervousness, there's some excitement, there's both. Um, I can just tell you that having taught this for several years now, the dev projects are really where you get to see, and I get to see how well you're translating the Udemy course and the Learn Togethers to bring together a project from your own concepts and code that up. And that's really where you deepen your knowledge and understanding of writing code for a specific need, but just writing code that makes that outputs what you're hoping for. Okay, so I don't know if there's a lot to say about Dev Zero, but I do want to just show you now. Remember, when I'm showing you this, I'm actually ahead of the week 6. I'm in Wednesday of the prior week, so but already this schedule has filled up pretty quickly, which is great. And I just want to be clear that you have to submit your code by that Thursday night, really Friday morning when I wake up. And then you have the remaining of this time to come in for a code review. But if you don't submit, or if you submit code and don't come in for a code review, it really hurts your grade. And I have a little write up on that in the dev. So check that out if you want to know more. But it is discounted 50% from possible points. And then I grade the code as is. So don't let that happen to yourself. Make sure you come in for that code review, and that would be great. Okay. All right. So the other thing I wanted to say was just about the Airbnb code style. That's an important thing to get. And there's a couple things I want to highlight today. One is about, and by the way, this nice little page here on GitHub is actually nicely set up with an outline. Okay. So, two things I want to look at. First, functions. So, the Airbnb guide, and I agree with this and I enforce this, is that you want to name your functions, give them const, and name them. You don't want to write functions like this. Okay. By the way, this is not what we've seen in this course as well. So, you don't want to write functions that start with func. Now, it does work in JavaScript, but it's just not good styling. Okay. So, make sure you do that as well. Now, the other thing, and let me just go back to the top, is variable names. Okay. And these are also very important for our discussion. So here we go. Variable names right here. So use const when possible. Variable names follow camel case, right? So this we can see as camel case. Do not use uppercase starting that. That's not the idea. So, so just follow that. Okay, so just follow that standard and you'll be fine. So just know I do take off a few points for not following the coding standard that we're using the Airbnb style. So when in question, go check it out and see what that looks like. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today is kind of off, but not really. JavaScript is what we would call a dynamically typed language. Okay. And for many programmers who come from classic programming languages, this really bothers them. Okay. And it's not necessarily good because it's easy to overwrite or have things collide or just other reasons. So, and it's one of the downfalls, honestly, of JavaScript. So there's this thing that's getting a lot of popularity, and it's called TypeScript. And it's basically JavaScript, but it's tightly, strongly typed, somewhat like maybe your Java or your C++. Now, I'm not teaching TypeScript in this class, but it wouldn't be that hard for students having come out of a class like this to actually be able to transition to TypeScript. And again, I think over the coming years, we're going to see TypeScript overtake JavaScript, just because it is a better implementation language implementation than what JavaScript is now. But by the way, JavaScript has also evolved so much over the years, and it's so much better. Like when I hear people kind of bash on JavaScript, which they do, I ask them, are you using modern JavaScript? Which, by the way, is what we're learning here. Modern JavaScript has fixed a lot of the issues with the old JavaScript, but this TypeScript would be a really nice thing. And I think there's a chance, even just the base, because there's committees that actually handle and do changes to this. Or there's a committee that looks at and makes recommendations for JavaScript, and they may as well integrate this. But I just wanted you to know, in case anybody ever said anything to you about it. Okay? Last thing I'm going to say, and let's actually go in here and just, I want to look at one thing on the dev project that I put in here, right? And it's about the objects. Sorry, I just have to read my own stuff here. What a second. Yeah, here it is. Took me a minute. Sorry about that. So implement arrays or array of objects. And I've said this before, but learning how to handle, process, update arrays of objects is a really good skill to have for JavaScript. So I would say to you, challenge yourself to see if you can use an array of objects. And if you don't feel comfortable, right, then use arrays, right? But you do need to update them, right? So it's not just having it and having some predefined property values in there. It's that you need to update them. And we've talked about how to do this. So make sure you're checking that out. But I just wanted to say that so you have it. And hopefully just get it in your mind that, good to challenge yourself. I mean, that's what the devs are about, is to see how well you can do this. Okay. All right. Have a good one. I hope this helps. And I look forward to seeing you this week. Bye.